Welcome to OWAD Today. I'm Sophie, piloting to the universe of Chinese. Let's continue unpacking another looks similar but sound exactly the same character, miǎo. So the whole week we're going to talk about miǎo that show up in different forms. Yesterday we only have the I plus few or less. So somebody missing an eye, semi-blind, one eye, or vision impaired, all the way to blind, all kinds of degrees. So that can attach to different contexts and create all kinds of meanings and expressions. So today we add water, 3 dots next to it, and it becomes remote. There's a little bit of mind twisting here. So first off, let's look at 2,000 years ago's dictionary. As you can see, I actually cropped this water symbol from somebody else because Xu Shen's dictionary, where my program mostly latch onto, I quote mostly from Xu Shen's this 2,000 years ago's guy compile as a pet project all the existing seal script form of language, and you can see it's kind of more curvious in the rendering in the seal script that's carved into like a stem thing. And in his dictionary, this character was not there. So I assume this was a later add-on by humans, later language users, of course it's humans, and adding water, why it creates a small. I'm not sure in our triplets series, if you remember, we have a triple water symbol. It sounds miǎo, and it's exactly meaning. It's triple water, means lots and lots of water. By this impaired vision symbol paired with water, how come all of a sudden becomes lots of water? The mind twisting part is, okay, we're starting from small, something that you have to squint your eyes on when you have impaired vision, and apply it to a broad horizon when you look at water. So water ancient time version was not like today's tap water. It's water in nature running wild, and depends on which part of nature you see water. Like here, Xu Shen's dictionary always describe water as this 5-stroke, this mainstream, and the 2 sides are kind of broken apart. That's the, I guess, as simplified version of how water would naturally flow in nature will look like. And this water symbol, when paired with impaired vision, that actually means you're trying so hard to look afar so that you can see places that's distant, that's remote to you. So miǎo, because we're having squinting or tried very hard to see motion with water, together it create this, I call it remote because China, if you know the geography, is pretty much a landlocked place. Majority of the land, majority of the language users probably never see the ocean. Ocean was written into a 山海经, mountain ocean. 经 is like a book or poetry collection. That was like a legend. Ancient travelers, unlike today, we have travel channels or YouTubers talk about where they go. You can see easily. Ancient times is just people imagine the stories to places they never been to, and this ocean was not in most people's lives. So when we attach squinting over water, that's remote. That's not so relevant in people's lives. Okay, 渺不足道. Actually, in today's language use, we oftentimes say 微不足道, means micro, small scale. 不足道, not 足 enough. 道, to talk about, means something is so insignificant that talking about it is like a waste of time. So 秒不足道. I'm not sure you are feeling that when tuning into this channel, because these are not, I would say, the most commonly used Chinese characters. And some of this minute differentiations, 秒不足道, is not that big of a deal, right? Not that language, if you came here for the purpose of learning Chinese, probably it takes a long time, just like me. I'm like covering one topic, one character a day, try to dive deeper, to scratch a little bit more under the surface to see what this character is about, versus more functional, like you just remember the shape, form, pronunciation, and the meaning, right? The trilogy of language, you just memorize that, good enough, but I try to uncover that. So I guess, some people, it will be 秒不足道. So that's a use application. 浩渺, okay, 浩渺. And later we have a 渺茫. So we have all 4 characters are packed with water symbols. So here we're talking about all kinds of water situation. As an agrarian society, Chinese, they have many words that's related to water. We talked about that quite a lot, right, recently. So this water symbol in this case, this 浩, plus 渺. 渺, we know, is remote, right? It's so far away over the water, you have to squint your eyes to see. Kind of like see a boat floating in traveling over water, open water, that kind of moment, that gesture. Versus 浩is another human gesture. 浩, the right side, 告, means announce, and announce came from this animal sacrifice ceremony in the ancient times. Apparently, killing animal was a way, I guess, use the blood. Well, in fact, I had a pretty long chat with AI about animal sacrifice. It was an ancient practice across many, many different cultures. Chinese do that, captured in this expression. And this announce came from killing a cow in particular. After sacrifice that cow on the top side, and then the bottom is miǎo symbol. So this announcer, this ceremony holder, I guess, and also a sort of like an oracle person would communicate loudly to the divine, right? Because otherwise, why you kill? You kill, try to get this trade or transactional relationship with the divine, that you sacrifice one of your best, not human in this case, as a cow. It still is like your property. Ancient times, protein or meat was a big deal. That's marker of have from have not. So for a larger sacrifice of your property, your wealth, to get the attention or to get exchange for favorable conditions. So that's announcement. Announcement paired with the water describes roaring water. So it's loud water. And also how eventually carry the meaning of a grand, because the audio sense of when it's loud, it's grand, but also the purpose of doing it is talking to divinity. Probably that's ancient times hierarchy of professions, hierarchies of somebody's contribution to society. That's kind of essential to how the society would pin their hope on, right? To try to have a best year possible. So that also, that ceremony, that animal sacrifice ceremony is related to the grandeur. So 浩渺 actually talking about this vastness of ocean. And you can plug in this audio sense of like a big roaring water, but also remote is far away. Okay, the second one, miǎo, the third one, 渺茫, mang. The top is the grass symbol, implies wilderness. The left, water sign. So it's also describing the water behavior with grass, I guess, to show it's wild water. And wang means disappear. So it's a boundary, kind of a blurry. So mang actually gives you the sense of, remember way back when we're talking about land, we're talking about compared to the center of population, which is like a town, and there are several layers of remoteness. So the last layer would be, yes, you can see humans, like wilderness travelers, survivors occasionally, but most of humans were not there. So Mao is the water surface equivalent of that status. That is not even like you look at on the shore, miǎo, like squinting your eyes, see far away. But mang is almost like you don't see land. You're surrounded by water. And that water is kind of a wilderness. You don't see boundary. And things get blurry. So I would picture either Vikings travel across northern Atlantic, not sure when they're going to find land, right? Not sure if you can outlast their food. Or Columbus or whoever is traveling to really remote, like almost non-human, going places. And when they are floating on the water, they probably will have the sense of mang. And when they pair together, miǎo, mang, not only give you the sense of remote and as wilderness on water, together, it actually means slim hope or a small chance thing. So this vastness of water give you a sense of you're trying to either find a land or a particular place, but when you see it's all water surrounding you and feel pretty small, like from the squinter, the observer's point of view, in face of such remoteness and vastness and wilderness on water, you probably feel pretty unmoored, unanchored, unsure, definitely not grounded. So that's the sense of miǎo mang try to give you. And when Chinese use it in our everyday language would be 希望渺茫, describes about hope. Hope is like hanging on a thin thread. It's almost like you cannot really escape this wilderness of water. So that's become like a small chance. Here, I'm not sure how remote that is, but at least this island gives you the sense of isolation, far away, remote. This is miǎo here. Thank you for your time. See you another day.